Swimming tends to be the nemesis for a lot of triathletes, but being able to start a triathlon feeling relaxed and confident can make a big difference to your day.
Yeah, so if you've ever watched the pros swim, they make it look so easy and effortless. Well, we've got a few tips to help you swim like a pro.
Most pros will swim somewhere between 20 to 30k per week, but they don't just aimlessly swim up and down the pool. They follow structured sessions with a different focus for each day. So let's give this a go. As a general rule of thumb, most pros will target an aerobic session, a speed session and a threshold session each week. Now, we appreciate not everyone has time for 3 or 4 swims per week, but having this focus can really make a big difference.
So don't forget to consider the distance that you're training for when you're tailoring your sessions. For example, if you're an Ironman athlete, you need to be doing some longer distance sessions so that when it comes to race day, it's not a shock.
It sounds obvious, but to swim fast, you need to train fast. If your swim workouts consist largely of drills and slow, steady repeats, you'll see very little improvement. Pros will include some speed work in almost every session, even if it's just a small amount.
What you think you're doing in the pool is often very different from what you're actually doing. So getting someone to analyse your stroke is invaluable. Or even better, you can get them to film you so you can slow it down and watch it over and over. Being filmed or analysed from time to time can keep your technique in check. Even the best swimmers in the sport will keep an eye on their technique, as it's easy to get lazy or learn bad habits.
It's also good practice to include some technical work in each swim session, either at the beginning or at the end, and this just helps to reinforce good technique and to work on any areas that have been highlighted by your coach.
I often practice my drills at the end of a session when I'm tired and I've got a bit of fatigue, because this replicates how it feels at the end of a triathlon. So if you can, put your drills now, it'll help you reinforce good form and technique.
Many of us are taught to breathe to both sides, or bilaterally as it's better known. The reason for this is down to technique and keeping your stroke symmetrical. However, bilateral breathing often gets translated to breathing every 3 strokes. Whilst this isn't incorrect, this can actually be limiting your breathing, meaning you're swimming hypoxic. Many world-class swimmers breathe every 2, and most of them have faster arm rates too. So that's a lot more breathing than some of us are trying to do. If you find you're short of breath, you can breathe every 2 strokes. Now you can still breathe to both sides, but perhaps try breathing every 2 for 10 strokes before switching to the other side.
Let's face it, following that black line up and down the pool can get pretty dull. So why not mix things up and practice some open water skills?
This can be anything from sighting, swimming in a group, or turning without touching the wall. However, if you are fortunate enough to have open water facilities nearby, then nothing can beat the real thing.
Pros don't just wait until race day for drafting. It's a skill that needs practicing, so they'll do this in training. You can even practice drafting in the swimming pool, but make sure you know who the other swimmer is and you're not sharing a public lane. There you have it, that is how to train like a pro for swimming.
Well, hopefully you can take a few of those pointers into your next training session.
And don't forget, you can subscribe to Global Triathlon Network by clicking on the globe. And to see a swim session video, just click down here.
And if you want to see a swimming skills video, click here.